Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk. I'm Ananya, your English teacher. English is a versatile language. It's the language of business and academics. But English can be fun too. In this lesson, I will cover 10 funny short English phrases you would love to use in everyday conversations. I will explain what they mean and provide examples for everyday use. Hit like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any interesting lessons like this one. Ready? Let's start. Here's the first one. Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory. Sounds funny, right? Hunky Dory means everything is going just fine and that there are no problems at all. It's a way to say that everything is okay. Isn't that a great way to say that everything is fine? I'm sure it is. Here are some examples. After the exam, I felt hunky-dory because I knew I did well. My job is hunky-dory and I enjoy working with my team. I was worried about my phone, but the technician said it's hunky-dory. Well, now it's your turn to write a few sentences in the comments with hunky-dory, and I would love to read your sentences. Before we go to the next one, here's something important. If you want to learn English step by step and become fluent in English faster, you should try our online self-study English courses. This 3-level English course series will take your English from the basic A1 level to the advanced C1 level. This course series covers over 180 plus English lessons, downloadable PDF notes, and 450 plus quizzes to test your knowledge. Learn functional grammar, sentence structures, lots of vocabulary, listening and writing practice, and much more. Sample videos are available on the course page to help you understand the teaching methodology. To get the course details, click on the link in the description. But after finishing this lesson, now coming back to our lesson. Here comes the next one. Topsy Turvy. Now if I take this box of batteries, as you can see, these batteries are well arranged, right? What will happen if I turn this box upside down? They all get mixed up, right? That's what topsy-turvy is. It means everything is mixed up, messy, or not in order. It's a way to say that things are chaotic and confusing. Let's look at some examples. My schedule has been topsy-turvy since I started my new job. Moving to a new city made my life topsy-turvy for a while. When you move to a new city, it takes time to figure out what's where, right? Her plans for the weekend went topsy-turvy when her friend got sick. So that was topsy-turvy, which means that things are not in order. And I hope that you are making your own sentence and putting them down in the comments. Here's the next one. Razzle Dazzle. Sounds like words from a pop song, right? Razzle Dazzle means something showy or fancy that is meant to attract attention. Imagine flashy lights or colors at a party that make it look impressive and entertaining. Something like Yash Raj films with exotic locations and larger than life screenplay. That's Razzle Dazzle. Here are some examples. The movie had a lot of razzle dazzle with its special effects and action scenes. The company used a lot of razzle dazzle in their advertisements to attract customers. Team India's victory parade was filled with lots of razzle dazzle. So in short, razzle dazzle means something flashy and exciting. Moving on to the next one. Next on my list is Fuddy Daddy. Now, Fuddy Daddy is mainly used to describe a person who is old-fashioned or does not like change or may be boring. They prefer things to stay the same and might not like the new or modern ideas. I hope you got it. Here are some examples. My grandfather is a bit of a fuddy-duddy. He still listens to music on vinyl records. The teacher seemed like a fuddy-duddy because he always talked about how things were better in the past. He's a fuddy-duddy when it comes to technology. he still uses a flip phone. In short, Fuddy Daddy is someone who is old-fashioned and resists change. I'm pretty sure that was straightforward to understand. Now, the next one is pretty interesting. Wishy Washy. Wishy Washy. Sounds like a tagline for a washing machine brand, right? Well, wishy washy means something that is not strong. It can be used to describe a person who is not firm on their decisions or opinions. They keep on changing their mind. In short, it means someone who is indecisive, unsure, and lacking in confidence. It can also be used to describe something that looks like a scam. Let's look at some example sentences. He gave a wishy-washy answer when I asked him why he quit his job. She's always wishy-washy when it comes to shopping. His wishy-washy behavior during the meeting showed that he wasn't prepared. Alright, that was wishy-washy. Someone who is unsure or indecisive. Up next, we have bits and bobs. Pretty interesting one. It means small little things or items that are not very important. It's a way to say a mix of different things that are unimportant. Take a look at these sentences for use in conversations. I need to organize the bits and bobs on my desk, which means I need to organize my messy, untidy desk. After the trip, I found bits and bobs in my suitcase that I had forgotten about. The wardrobe is full of bits and bobs that I don't really need. In short, bits and bobs is a collection of miscellaneous items that are unimportant. I hope you got it. Keep writing sentences in the comments so that you make a memory of these wonderful phrases. And we move on to the next one. Helter Skelter. Now, I use this word quite often to say something is happening too quickly or in a chaotic way. It's used to describe a messy or a confused or a chaotic situation. Imagine a fire alarm going off and people running in all directions. Now that is a helter-skelter situation. It's a chaotic situation. Let's understand it better with some examples. She searched helter-skelter for her lost keys. This means she looked everywhere in a frantic way for her missing keys. The room was helter-skelter after the party. The students left the classroom helter-skelter when the bell rang. Alright, with that we move on to the next one. Nitty Gritty. Now this word may sound funny, but it means the most important or basic parts of something. It's the essential details that are necessary to understand something. It also means keeping away all the extra, unnecessary stuff and focusing only what truly matters. Here are some examples. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about the details of the startup idea. Before we start, we need to understand the nitty-gritty of how this printer works. Understanding the nitty-gritty of a contract is important before you sign it. So in short, nitty-gritty means the most crucial and fundamental parts of something. With that, let's move on to the next one. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Now this has an interesting meaning. It means words or actions that are meant to confuse or trick someone. For example, an explanation that is confusing. You ask a salesman about the phone's battery life. Instead of getting a direct answer, you get a hocus pocus explanation. This means that the answer was not direct, deceptive, and meaningless, and it did not answer the question. Mostly, hocus pocus explanations or descriptions are used to trick someone. Take a look at these example sentences. Don't believe all the hocus pocus about quick money schemes. He dismissed the fortune teller's predictions as hocus pocus. The salesperson's pitch seemed like hocus pocus, promising excellent car mileage that was too good to be true. This means that he promised a mileage of 50 kilometers per liter of fuel. Now that is Hocus Pocus. I hope you got it. With that, here comes the last phrase from today's lesson, which is Itsy Bitsy. Something that is very small or tiny is called Itsy Bitsy. It's used to describe something that is little in size. I'm sure that was easy to understand. Now, here are some examples. I found an itsy bitsy spider in the corner of my room. I planted some itsy bitsy seeds in the garden. He gave me an itsy bitsy piece of cake. So, something that is small and tiny in size is called itsy bitsy. And with that, we come to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I have tried to cover all the nitty gritties of these short phrases. Try not to be a fuddy duddy when it comes to English vocabulary. These new expressions will certainly razzle dazzle your conversations. So use them. See, I just used 3 of them. That's how you practice. I will see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep learning and keep practicing English. Happy learning!